See? There are plenty of beautiful ball guitarists out there. I'm late, I know. Shapeshifting is the latest release from my personal favorite guitarist, Joe Satriani, released on April 10th, 2020. Known for his masterful instrumentals and one of the world's greatest guitar virtuosos. Also responsible for quite a few other ones. I look forward to the day every couple years when the new Satch album drops. It's about every 2 or 3 years. Over the past decade, I would say Black Swan and Wormhole Wizards is probably my favorite. That album is perfection. So, let's see how this one fits into the Master's arsenal. I am excited, and here we go. Drum roll please, and we're off. The rhythm is set right from the beginning. Hard hitting and straightforward, but sets you in the right direction. Under the main melodies, however, there is some really nice bass runs. I would say this song is actually much more bass driven. You can't really hear the bass that well, which I've experienced in some of the speakers I've heard this album through. Use either headphones or just really good sound system. Frankly, that's how Satch is supposed to be experienced. Known for his sci-fi set pieces, and this one fits in perfectly. Nothing too crazy, but it's still great. I can picture the dude from Keep On Truckin' walking down the street with this song blasting in his ears. Very upbeat, and it gives you the traversal vibes. A return of an old enemy of mine, which if you've seen a previous video you know what I'm talking about, has returned in the song, but I'm okay with it. Like I said before, if used well and not through the whole damn album, claps are okay. I've personally always felt that Joe makes the soundtrack to life. As whatever situation you're in, there's a song he's written that fits perfectly in. Keep on truckin'. Atmosphere, pure unadulterated atmosphere. You almost instinctively close your eyes and just start rocking back and forth to this one. It's beautiful. Even as it builds up, you feel it push you to go along with it. It's a song that connects with the soul. The only flaw I have with it, it is far too short. This is the greatest song title in music history, rivaled only by a certain Big Brown Beaver. We have re-entered the lab of Dr. Saxophunculus in this one. He mixes his exotic stylings with the sci-fi stylings, and it melts together quite nicely, like if Tron had flying carpets. Neat. This song is clearly made as a tribute to Dick Dale with the tremolo picking, especially when he cleans the tone up a bit. I've never checked out Ali Farka. I hope I'm saying that right. So I can't speak to how the song will pay tribute to him, but I think I'll check him out. I read up a little bit after, seeing the song title. I'm intrigued. Bass, harmonics, slow, steady drum beat, and a beautiful bluesy medley. It doesn't get much better than that. I get visions of staring up at the night sky, just taking it in, not talking much, just taking in the world of the unknown and letting it take you over. This is why I love instrumental music. You let the music do the talking, and it influences how you feel, melding with your own interpretations. It's magic. Space rave at the cantina. This is new, well, fresh, Western style, which I feel he doesn't do enough. Phone call springs to mind. I will say the transition from Western to spacey was almost jarring, but doesn't mean it doesn't work. If this came out years ago, it could have been in Cowboys vs. Aliens. Song's a bit of a hodgepodge, but hey, hit the honky tonk in your suit and roll with it. I remember hearing the song for the first time. I still love it as much as the first time I heard it. Bringing back the surfing with the alien vibes, and it's fantastic. Anything that brings back that feeling is a welcome addition. Feel the groove. A somewhat indie feel to this one. Song title is fitting. You can picture a group of friends getting together. Like whenever all this social distancing stuff is over. And just being, well, friends again. Another shorter one, but it fits more being shorter. A movie title, if I've ever seen one. Near the bridge drums, and what sounds like it could be behind the nut strums, make for some cool tones in the intro. I have a battle scene playing out in my head listening to this one. Not the climactic fight, but the one right in the middle, you know, where the hero gets his ass beat. I love the riffs in this one too. Heavier chords mixed with tasteful little runs is a timeless recipe. I've been thinking about it more and more, and Satch really needs to produce a soundtrack for a movie. Or do a full-length visual album like The Song Remains the Same. That would be amazing. Bringing back the atmosphere. The thing I would say about this though is maybe turn back the lead volume. It kind of overpowers everything else. It's not that bad, but it's noticeable. It doesn't take away from the rest of the song though. It takes you on a trip through the night sky, staring down at a forest of neon trees as glowing crystals flow through the leaves. What the hell did they put in my G Fuel? Clock tower chiming with creepy kid laughter. Creepy kids aside, this song is absolutely beautiful. Another close your eyes and take in the moment. Piano taking the forefront, while Satch lays in the emotional, strong melodies, not, overpowering everything. Kind of overwhelming you with a feeling of positivity and optimism pushing through the dread. Ah crap, the kids are back. Reggae time. There's some trippy effects and harmonies on display here, which gives a chaotic contrast to the reggae jam. It's different, but all comes together quite nicely. Second half sounds like a Final Fantasy song, and I'm all for it. It mellows out near the end and takes you down nicely. Closing it out with a nice acoustic diddly. It's not a very common occurrence on Satch albums, and I welcome it with open arms. Ending on something different and not predictable is great. It comes off as a band jam that they just were playing one day during the rehearsals, and they just kind of ran with it and hit the record button. Sounds good to me. But they couldn't end it without calling forth my nemesis one last time. I forgive you, Satch. All in all, it's a good closer. Overall, I loved this album. However, I will say I didn't like it more than the last few, as there really isn't truly that one song that really elevates it above the rest. That doesn't mean the songs are bad. You know what I mean. 1980 comes close though. It's definitely overall a much more cohesive album, but again, lacking just that one song to take it over the top. Unstoppable Momentum had Can't Go Back and the title track, Shockwave's title track. All of Black Swan's a masterpiece. And What Happens Next has a few great songs as well. For this past decade of Satch, I would rate him like this, from favorite to least favorite. Again, least favorite does not mean I hate it, it's just, you know what I mean. Black Swan and Wormhole Wizards, What Happens Next, Shockwave Supernova, Unstoppable Momentum, and then Shapeshifting. Really, Unstoppable Momentum and Shapeshifting are tied. I was about to say, Unstoppable Momentum, even though it did have the one song that was great, it also had some borderline kind of duds on it, so they even out. Just because it's at the bottom of the list, again, does not mean I don't love it, because I do, but it's just not enough to get to first class. But you should definitely give it a spin. Thank you for checking out my review of Shapeshifting from Joe Satriani. Click up here to check out my review of the latest Testament album. Click up here to check out a video YouTube picked out just for you. If you'd be so kind, click right here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Ring that bell to be notified of my future videos. Until then, name's David, but you can call me Fenrock.